for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming with another video review. And today a very special thanks goes out to Toyhax.com for letting me take a look at their new Combiner Wars Constructicon and Devastator set. This is an absolutely terrific set. You can check out Toyhax.com. You got the Reprolabels, backgrounds, toy stages, everything that you could think of, all there at Toyhax.com. So yeah, go over there, check that out. And then the set right here, you can see pretty extensive in terms of what you get, and there's actually some really creative uses for a lot of these stickers. I'm really very impressed with it, but you can see you got a whole bunch of stuff. You got a big set right here. All in all, this is a $32 set, and what it basically allows you to do is give your Devastator figures a little bit more of that G1 toy look by adding some extra details and paint and things like that. Well, not actually paint, I mean it's all stickers, but you know what I mean. So the other thing that's really cool is I gotta give a huge shout out to my boy over there at Reprolabels or Toyhax, that being Aaron, because he actually lent me his Devastator so that I can give you a full-on side-by-side comparison of how these figures look without the stickers and with them. So let's get going, and starting off things first, let's take a look at Scrapper. And here you see basically what you have. Now, one thing I do gotta say, Aaron, you're a great guy, but you forgot to you forgot to put all the stickers on these. You got some of them on here, but you left off some of them. So I think people will get the general idea, but you can see side by side, like I said, it just adds a few subtle stickers that give you that more toy accurate kind of vibe. Like you got the warning kind of labels right there. You look on the top here and you got some metallic foot panels kind of right there. You can see that it adds hubcaps, which is a really cool way of doing it. They give you, because this is the way that it looks. I mean, it's hard to get a sticker on there, but what they actually do, and well, you actually can't see it. Well, I can see it pretty well, but you can actually see it there. They actually give you two separate stickers. One that goes on as a base that still, as you can see, allows for rotation, and then you put this sticker on top of it, and as you can see, still rotation on all these tires, which is absolutely terrific. I think that's a great touch. You come around here to the back of it, and again, some subtle little things like tail lights, and then you got some little lights right up here. The Decepticon logo is the same. That doesn't change. That's not a sticker or anything because they don't really need to put a sticker, but I mean, like I said, these are subtle changes that just help to kind of round things out a little bit and put some extra detail in these otherwise fairly bland Constructicons. Now, taking a look at his robot form, and again, also very subtle with the added details. You can see that one thing that is really cool is they do have a really nice, I don't know how well that's coming across, but a really cool, more cartoon accurate visor on there that just gives a little bit of a depth to them, which really does look good. Again, very, very subtle. You got a little accent put right there, and then you come down to the legs, and you can see a couple silver details on the feet, and then you also have some tech detail right there that obviously this one doesn't have. But again, it's all just meant to be very subtle additions that, like I talked about, give it a little bit more of a G1 toy kind of look. Also, you have, you know, the hubcaps on the side, you have the little warning thing, so all those things that are still kind of in his vehicle mode still carries over. One thing that I didn't even show is, and I want to get this down here, that he does have a little license plate on there that says Scrapper, so I mean, that's really cool. But again, subtle, just brings out a few of those kind of details that the figure has, and just kind of rounds things out just a little bit. But there we have Scrapper. So kind of carrying on from going from the bottom of Devastator up, here we have Mixmaster, everybody's favorite leg that we love to hate. And these really do help bring a lot of kind of those missing details that the actual figure lacked, and really pulls them out and makes it look very good. Right up front, you can see that he's got the warning track around here. I'll lift that up so you can actually see it. You got that little warning track going on there. You got some added silver detail put here, some actual headlight detailing. Come around here to the side, you can see the warning strip continues on there. They also kind of broke up the monotony of just all this purple by putting some black detail right here around these little rectangular sections that were on his barrel. That really does help. And then again, you can see that Aaron didn't completely put the stickers on here, but you can see you got Constructicorp that goes around there. You got the hubcap right there. If you don't want to put those words around there, you don't have to. And as you can see, you got the hubcap on there without the actual words. But again, They all roll perfectly fine because they use that base sticker that goes underneath there that just kind of fills in and sits on this section right over here, and then you put the hubcap sticker over it, and then using a heat source like a hairdryer or something like that, you can actually heat activate these to make them warp around the hubcap. So you can see it's kind of rounded on there. Hopefully you can see it. Just realized my camera really wasn't focused very well, but you can get that to kind of curve and contour around the hubcap section that's actually molded in the plastic and make the sticker kind of conform to that, which looks really cool. Again, you got some extra detail here with some extra lights, some tail lights, warning strips. You got a little license plate that says Mixmaster right there. All in all, though, I mean, a huge improvement in terms of vehicle mode that really does look very nice. I really cannot believe just how just much of an improvement adding these little hubcap stickers looks. I mean, that's just a huge kind of step forward from the original. But there you have his cement mixer mode. So now taking a look at his robot form, and again, you can see that the subtle differences that you got in the vehicle mode kind of translate here in robot form. I mean, especially here like with the front, with the headlights and things. You do get some extra detail around his little nozzles up here, which kind of breaks up that just all greenish yellow bit, which looks really very cool. He also has much more metallic eyes. That's really not going to come across very well, but you do have those replacement stickers that really, I mean, they got red eyes here, but that just gives it a little bit more life by giving some actual like reflection in the eyes themselves. You can see some extra detail added down in the abdomen section with the blue and the silver. You also got the little red dot on his codpiece. But again, all those pieces that you had in vehicle mode, such as the silver that goes around, the warning strips, all of those are still going to be there, and we can argue all day long about how good this actual mold looks. But I really do think that the stickers that are added to this guy, again, help bring out a lot more of those details and really gives just a much more full, complete look for the character that you're kind of representing here. So again, really nice look on this guy. So moving on up now to kind of the lower body of him, here we have long haul, and just as you would expect, a bigger figure has a lot more stickers. I mean, starting up front here, you can see a lot of extra detail with the headlights. Well, I guess these are more the headlights. I guess these are more like accent lights, but you do have that. You got some extra detail put right up in there, some little dots and things like that. You got the warning sticker. You got the license plate come around here to the side. Again, carrying through with the extra detail on the hubcaps. You can see much nicer on there. So you got one full one right there. You got one here that just kind of covers the center and then has it on the outside. So personal preference, you can put what you want on there. You got the Constructicons kind of tire branding. You got some nice silver detail here along the side. Got those warning strips kind of through there. Come around here to the back. You can see some nice added detail there on the actual back section of his bed area. You come around here, and again, these details right here really do help kind of come through more in robot mode as well as Devastator mode. So you do have some extra detailing right there. Come around and you can see again, you got some extra light accents right there on the side. Basically, it carries through on the opposite side as well, but again, some subtle details that really help just kind of fill things in. I mean, and it just adds so much extra color to it. It's so small, but just works so nicely. So now getting this guy into his robot form, and you can see this guy really nicely benefits from the added stickers here, especially here in his robot form. Again, all those extra details come through still, like in the front with the accent lights, but you got some nice silver detail that your other one just don't have. Again, you got some really cool eye stickers that just give a little bit more of an animated kind of look, which really makes the eyes pop. And then you come down here, you got some nice detail added in his crotch area. And then also, like I said, those legs, you get some extra added detail. Underneath here, you can see some nice silver or reflective red bits kind of added onto his abdomen area. Just really does help to pull a lot of those details. I say that a lot, but it really is amazing how much these stickers really do help. And obviously, like I said, the other stickers are still visible, like the silver here along the side. Come around here to the back, and now that feet are no longer there, you do kind of lose that, but I do really like how that they translate here in the actual robot form. I mean, that looks really very nice. So carry on now, let's take a look at Hook. And similarly, you can see that all it really does is add a few specialized highlights to really kind of break up just some of that boringness that the original figures had. I mean, they primarily just have like 3 colors, the yellowish green, the purple, and black. This just adds a little bit more. And as you can see, when you come around here, I mean, there's some subtle differences. I mean, you got like a windshield right here, which the other one didn't have. Come around here, you got a windshield here and here, but you didn't have anything on the side. So they added one right there. They added some tech details in the black sections here. Obviously, we have the hubcap thing coming through as well. You got the warning strip right here on his actual crane section. You come back around here towards the front, lifting this up out of the way. And again, some extra highlighted details here. You got a license plate with the warning label, and then you got some extra highlights that are actually put in these silver pieces right here. You can see that there's just a reflective sticker basically put on the inside there that really helps kind of break that up. And then you got some additional sticker highlights down there. On the opposite side, you don't really see much beyond the warning symbol as well as the hubcaps. So really nice. Oh, I didn't even catch this, but you got some stickers here on the sides here, which give more of the windows. And they did a really good job here of actually capturing that color. It's almost perfect in terms of the match with the slight metallic kind of look to it. I mean, I'm really very impressed. But for the vehicle mode, that's roughly about it. Like I said, just some small added details, but now transforming him and getting him to his robot mode. And again, a really nice upgrade to the overall look. You can see some nice extra details like in the abdomen area. You got a nice sticker section added right there. A couple small ones like here on his forearm, down here on his shin. You got a couple dots added to the lower section. And then again, you got the really cool additional, more animated eyes. But I mean, overall, again, really very well done. And it really does help just round things out and kind of complete the look. I mean, these are basically the elements that, as collectors, we wish that they had already painted or did by themselves, and because they didn't, Reprolabels has come out and actually given us basically what we wanted. I mean, you can see just some real great I mean, even a section right here added. Just a much nicer representation of the character. And as I said several times, it just kind of flushes out some of those extra details and kind of empty spots that the original figure had. So that's it for Hook. So now moving on to the arms of Devastator. And up first here, we're going to take a look at Bone Crusher, and this is where I want to kind of show off some of the extra details that are on some of the accessories. As you can see, really the only thing that's added here is a whole bunch of little, the almost missile pod looking things. You got this nice reflective metal or red sticker detail added on where the original one obviously didn't, so you can see that adds a nice small amount of detail to it. That comes through nicely when you're just using it as a weapon. When you have him in his arm configuration or hand configuration, you don't really have that. So in terms of the details, that's really all that's added on the hands themselves. But for the figure, as you can see, some nice subtle details. Again, you got some headlights put on here. You got some nice silver detail added on the front section. Come right here to the side. Again, the silver carries through here. You got some nice warning track detailing. Right here on the top, you got this nice silver section on the actual canopy. On the back, I like how, again, they carry through with the window detailing, which it's just amazing how great that actually comes through. The back actually does have a license plate as well, but I'm just really amazed at how much better it looks when you paint things like the windows. I mean, they're sculpted in there. There's no reason for it, but the only thing I can think of is just laziness, I suppose. You don't really have a heck of a lot extra. You come around here to the bottom, you got this section with the black sticker, but overall, like I said, just some subtle details that really nicely fill things in, pull some details out, and for better or worse, just kind of round out and really kind of make you realize what's lacking on the original. So now taking a look at Bone Crusher's robot mode. And again, the key here in robot mode is subtle but effective. A lot of those same details that you had in its actual vehicle mode carries through, but you get some extra additional details, such as down here in the crotch piece. This section here is a little bit more prominent. You got some nice stickers for the eyes, and then some really nice added detail here on the actual arms. The floppiness of the legs is always really fun, but you can see some black, silver, and blue details added there. You got some red details that are added there. And again, this is a set that that really is designed to really homage that original G1 toy. So a lot of the stickers that you're seeing for Devastator here, and the Constructicons just in general, are homages to that G1 toy, I should say. And that's where you get some of these subtle little details, such as what's put on Bone Crusher's arm. But again, very nice detail. You come around here to the side like I showed you. The warning labels, the silver strip, that's all there. Come around here to the back, and you got that Bone Crusher license plate, and then that silver detail, which comes out very nicely. So all in all, really good look on this guy. As I said, subtle but very effective. But there you have Bone Crusher. So now let's take a look at the final part of the Constructicons, that being Scavenger. And really, what can I say that I haven't said 5 other times? Basically, what you get is a slightly improved look, but really does drastically improve the appearance of the figure. As you can see, you got the warning tracks there, you got a section right here on the front. Come around here to the back section, you got them right here when the original one didn't have it. And then again, more added details here for the windows, both on the back and the actual right side, whereas the detail was just on the front and left side here on the original. You got some nice added color light details here in the front, giving it a red, yellow, and green appearance. Come around here to the side. No, well, I should do it on this side. And again, another added detail. Come around here to the back, and then you got nice added section right there. And you can see a little bit more of these warning tracks right here along the side. So yeah, again, I mean, if I've said it once, I've said it 5 times already now, that the improvements, oh, and you also got some silver striping right here. The improvements are subtle, but really does help just to kind of complete that look for the guy. And honestly, just give it a much more appealing look. Now, much like Bone Crusher's, he does come with the hand, obviously, and then you can see that you got some added detail here, kind of replicating those little missile pods. The original one didn't have that. But again, when you have it in just the regular hand configuration or arm configuration, whatever you want to call it, I guess it goes something like this. You don't really get any of those extra details, so it's just something that kind of shows through in the individual weapon sort of configuration. But you do get those extra details on there. But now, taking a look at Scavenger in his robot form, and again, those subtle details that we saw in his vehicle mode carry over and add to the actual robot form, such as these warning labels. You got the silver strip, things like that. You got these little lights that are now here on the top section here, just giving it a little bit more added color splashed on them. In addition to that, you got the warning labels on the inside here, and then you got some extra added abdomen sections right here. This whole section here also is a nice sticker. It's a very nice reflective silver sticker that you can see has a nice kind of chrome look to it, whereas this has just this silver paint, which did look good, but I mean, that really nicely kind of pulls that metal look out. And then you got, like I said, you got those little details down there. You got an added crotch piece right there. So all in all, I mean, like I said, the details are very subtle, but does a very nice job of enhancing the overall look for the actual character. And like I said, if I've said it once, I've now have said it 6 times, so you're probably getting sick of hearing it, but a Reprolabel set featuring 6 individual figures is probably going to have a lot of things repeated. But there you now have all the individual Constructicons. All the added stickers help both the robot mode as well as the vehicle mode, and of course adds a lot of detail to Devastator. But before we take a look at Devastator, we should take a look at his accessories. As you can see, the added stickers here to his guns and obviously his chest piece. This is the new look for it. You got a little caution sticker right on there with the warning label. You got a little, what looks like some kind of target or something like that, or something of that nature. It's a subtle addition on there. Nothing overly extravagant, but it does give some extra color to it that, again, nicely breaks up just the monotony of the purple. And then when you look at the chest piece, again, very subtle, but you can see that they replace this section right here basically with some nice chrome stickers with some good yellow dots. You got a little red section, then you got this chrome section right here coming across. Again, nothing ridiculously extravagant, but just add some extra kind of color details to it, which nicely complement the molding that's actually on the pieces themselves. So getting these on Devastator, and here we have the full complete Devastator. And what's worse than trying to show off one Devastator in a review? Well, obviously it's trying to show off 2 of them. This is a massive figure and takes up a lot of space, but you can see just overall the added detail that is very prevalent with this additional set. And much like what they did with all the individual Constructicons, they also gave Devastator a really cool look on his eyes. I really dig that. One thing though that I have noticed is this geez, I gotta be careful. This section right here, when you attach it, there's a little peg. This little peg right here is supposed to go in there, but they have a sticker that covers that whole section. So you can't actually, when you do it, I don't know if that was just something that they didn't take into consideration or they looked over when they were doing it. But you can't get this to peg in all the way, at least on this side, because that little tab section here can't go in there, and that's a little unfortunate. So it really, I mean, you can still get this on there. I'm having a hard time because I'm also trying to balance the guy here in the background. So I'm bringing this down so that you can actually see what I was talking about. That little section can't go in because that sticker's there. So that's one aspect that is a little unfortunate. I'm not going to push it through because, like I said, Aaron is letting me actually borrow his figure, so I don't want to damage or anything. But it prevents you from locking this entire section into place. So it doesn't give a full sturdy connection on the figure, and the legs detached a little bit. So the chest is still a little bit loose on this if you put that sticker on there. It's not bad, mind you, but as you can see, it still stays on there perfectly fine. You just don't get a solid connection over there like you do with this. But all the details are all still there that you got in the individual Constructicon mode, and you can see some extra really nice details coming through here as the Devastator. I mean, like, for example, down here on his thigh sections, you can see those nice details that Long Haul had that come through very nicely. You know, then the extra detailing here in the abdomen section, as well as the little lights that are there. I mean, those are just small, subtle details that when you add it all together, really makes Devastator look a whole lot more detailed and a lot nicer. It's a really great piece, and like I said, it's only $31. Now that may sound like a lot for just stickers, but consider what you're getting. You're basically getting a way to customize and have a custom painted Devastator with a lot more accurate looking details that would be offered on a much more expensive figure such as the Takara version. So if you don't have the over $200 to get that Takara one, granted it does improve the figures by adding like articulation and things like that, but honestly most people are going to keep their figures in Devastator. So that being said, this is a great set that if you do not plan on getting that actual Takara set to, you know, make for a more accurate looking representation of Devastator, this is a perfect way to kind of achieve that same look without paying that really high price. This is a great set, and I cannot recommend this enough to you guys. The folks over at Toyhax and Reprolabels have done an amazing job with it. Really, when you think of the work that's involved in making sure that the stickers look good in both the robot mode, vehicle mode, as well as Devastator, there's a lot of work involved here. But I think they nailed it beautifully. So if this is a set that you're interested in picking up, I'm going to put a link down in the video description where you can go to Toyhax, pick this set up, as well as any of your other upgrade sets for a multitude of different figures. And once again, I want to thank Aaron for making this review possible by sending me his actual stickered up version of Devastator so I can give a full side-by-side comparison. I really appreciate it, Aaron. Thank you very much. And until next time, guys, this has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.